Hello, good morning. Today we are going to create React application, okay, with the help of a Webpack. Okay, first of all, what is a Webpack and why we are learning only Webpack today? So, because we have many things, okay. Webpack is a bundler. So, if you see, if you have many JavaScript files and many CSS files. So end of the day, okay, when we do build, okay, I will show you exactly practically how it is doing. So it will combine, it will bundle all the JavaScript files into one file. Okay, suppose if you have hundreds of thousands of files at the time, it will create up to 5 to 6 chunks, okay, into the build. Okay, but normally if you have 10 or 20, though it will combine into one JavaScript file, and it will combine all the CSS also into some one CSS file. Okay, really, I didn't check like how to combine multiple JPG files into one JPG. I'm not aware, but especially for JavaScript and CSS, it will combine everything. Okay, these things, okay, definitely we can go through the documentation. We can learn much more in a deeper way. So our goal is to create React application. Suppose with the help of a template, that is create React app. Okay, we have created, right? If you didn't watch yesterday's video, just go to create a new React app. So we just go to the legacy documentation of React.js documentation, and we just scroll down somewhere. So it will show you. So if you already installed Node.js, it should be greater than 14.0.0 version and npm versions like this, and just simple one line statement, npx create React app, and my app, okay, it will create application for you. So what are the packages are there, and log file is there, git ignore is already added by default, and here, so of course, don't worry about these many files. Just main important things are app.js and index.js. Even you can remove other files also, and the public folder. Here the important thing is index.html, because we should have a index.html and JavaScript files, right? And with the help of that we can create components, and then finally, suppose if you have created 100 components here, this app.js is a component, okay. Index.js, okay, we are just importing app.js and we are just adding that into the root. Okay, I will explain in detail all these things, don't worry. But here, the today, suppose observe carefully. Right now, we have node modules, public folder, source, git ignore. So, but whenever, whenever we are going to deploy this application to a server, like, like means production build, okay? Suppose this is the project. We have these many files, suppose. Understood here. We have one index.html file, one index.html file, and suppose you have created 100 components in different files, like 100 JavaScript files. So I'm just talking about the JavaScript files. Remaining things we can discuss in detail later. So same thing will happen for others also. That's what I'm saying. So if you want to go for a production build, what will happen? It will combine all these 100 files into only one JavaScript file. Okay. Other, like, maybe you can call as a bundle.js, or sometimes, so based on the configurations, it will give a naming. So you can call the main.js. So all 100 JavaScript files in combined into one JavaScript file, it's called a bundle. And again, index.html. Index.html. Suppose if you have any images and all those things, it will go for a production. So we will place these things on a server. Okay, we will place these things on a server, and now users can interact with the application. So whenever we are in a development phase, so we will create components into separate JavaScript files. So, but to do bundling, okay, we can use uh, Webpack or a parcel. Okay, parcel is also very powerful. very useful bundler. And so wheat is not bundler, but it's a tool. Internally it is using another bundler. Okay, uh, another bundler. But right now in the market, okay, many other bundlers also came into the market, but wheat is very fast than Webpack. But why we are learning Webpack means this React team using Webpack. Okay, this application which we have created. Okay, these people are using the Webpack. That's why. Okay, and at the same time, Webpack is more powerful and more older than more experienced than Parcel and Wheat because they came recently. Wheat came, I think, 2 or 3 years back, if I'm not wrong. Recently. So, okay, no problem. If you understand one thing, you can learn remaining things easy. It's not a big deal. And Parcel is much more easier to configure because you can say that Parcel is a zero configuration bundler. It will give more flexibility for devs. But it's better to learn Webpack now, and whenever you have a time, just focus on learning Parcel and Weed, and we should look into another bundlers also. Okay, now Varun and Bhargavi, are you ready to recreate? Because to recreate this one, just give me confirmation. Are you ready?
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah, very good. So sometimes these things will be boring because I should explain everything. Most of the time you need to watch and listen. Later you will do practice. But yeah, these are very important concepts. Many people ignore these things and they will face a lot of problem even after getting a job. Okay, so at least we should learn everything in a clear way. So here, observe carefully. Suppose if you want to run in a development version, observe carefully. What we need to do? npm start. Just do npm start. So it will open the application in the terminal. Observe carefully in the left side. Right now you don't see any changes in this application folder. You don't see any changes right now because it's in just running in a development version. And let's see, just open and just click on inspect. Okay, just click on network. Okay, just click on network. I'm just refreshing one more time. Observe carefully in the network tab. Network tag. So if you see, you have seen a lot of things actually. Logo 190.png, Favicon ICO, manifest.json, WS, and another logo. And I hope you are able to see the bundle.js. Okay, bundle.js. So it will bundle all the JavaScript code into one JavaScript file that is called bundle.js. You see, localhost 3000 static is a folder inside that JavaScript and bundle.js. So if you open this, okay, you can find all your JavaScript code, but it is in a it will add a lot of things. Okay, inside that it's very difficult to read and understand these files. Okay, but our JavaScript code, our components code is there in bundle.js. So this is I just run in a development version. Okay, but at this time, okay, it didn't create anything actually. So it is managing beautifully. So so it will take that index.html and important images and all those things, okay, to the build. But if you want to see exactly what is there inside the build, okay, what is a production version of code, so don't worry, okay, we can do that. So just control C, terminate the job. You can now just run. If you see, he's already suggesting here. Okay, note that the development build is not optimized. It is saying that for development build, I'm not doing optimization, but to create a production build, use npm run build. Okay, you just use this command so that he will optimize and he will provide the best bundled and optimized code. So just I'm running npm. run buil. Okay. Okay, Varun and Bhargavi, observe carefully left side in this folder. Do you found, are you going to see any new change in that? Okay, observe carefully and let me know. Okay, I'm running npm run build because I need a production version of our application. Observe carefully left side. If you're able to find anything new, just let me know. Varun Bhargavi, observe carefully, and who are watching this video, please observe. Even you, at least you will get a chance that you can go back and watch the video again. Varun, tell me, Varun and Bhargav, do you found anything new in that project folder?
Yes, Raghu.
What is that?
That build is will we have found that build new thing about the node modules.
Good. Because it is created one folder called build. Okay, inside of that, if you see all the images, all the images in your application came to this folder because this is very important for production. We are not going to follow this folder structure or package.json, package log.json, readme. All these things are not important for us to just deploy an application in a production. Yet these files are important for us. And where is our JavaScript file? So index.html, okay, luckily we got index.html. And if you see, this, it's just simply, you can see that you need to enable JavaScript to run this application. Okay, that is fine. Okay. And observe carefully, I will show you some interesting things here. So whenever, because here we have index.html and JavaScript code is in another file. So we should have a reference to that JavaScript file, right? First of all, just we should find out where is our JavaScript file, the bundled JavaScript file. Just open the static folder. So if you see here, in this static folder, it is maintaining all the CSS into one folder, all the JavaScript into one folder, all the media files into another folder. Let's see what are the media files. I think some logo is there and CSS. So maybe if you have multiple CSS files, it will bundle into one or two files only. Don't worry. Here, Raghu, you are saying that it will bundle into only one. So it will, that's our choice because based on the number of CSS files and based on the number of JavaScript files, if you want to bundle into one file or two files, okay, that we can take a decision. But naturally, it is already pre-configured, right, by the reacting. So here, in if you see in JavaScript file, we are able to see some files. Let me someone is trying to join. Where are we actually? Yeah. If you see, once you do build, so it is creating, okay, it is creating multiple files. Don't worry. Why we need multiple files? Because of some reasons. So here, if you see, like there is a new word called chunk. Chunk, chunk means like if you have a one instead of creating one big JavaScript file, okay, it will bundle into one or two smaller files, okay, so that we can call it chunks. So right now you don't need to worry about all these things. So observe carefully, but once you have a HTML file and if your logic is in separate JavaScript file, you should have a reference of that JavaScript file into HTML file, right? Varun, do you agree with me? Do we need?
Yes. Yes.
Otherwise, how that HTML file knows that your JavaScript code? So if you see, observe carefully in that index.html, you will find the link. Okay, link relation. Okay, he just imported logo 122.png, and we should check our another manifest JSON provided, and the title is React. And observe carefully here. Here is our JavaScript code. So you see. script differ. Okay, this is very important. This is very important. This is assignment for you. What is differ? And I think actually Seni was explained really, really in a beautiful way. Okay, you can go and check what's the difference between async and differ. We can talk about this later. So if you see this one, this what is the main file for a static, and in the static folder, in the folder called JavaScript, we have our bundled JavaScript file here. Okay, even just scroll it. Even so, all the CSS into main dot some number dot CSS. Okay, yeah, that's it. So these two files are very important for us because all the CSS in coming into one file that is called main dot number dot JS, that I think it will generate dynamically that number. So at the same time for JavaScript, this is okay, main dot some number, and in a similar fashion there is CSS file for us. Okay, so just go and see what is there in the main dot JS. Just open JavaScript file. This is the JavaScript file. Oh my God, we have written only one component. We only the default component is app.js. We didn't add anything, but it is just showing a lot of code, and but it is showing a red color. What we can do? Just wait. I will show you one thing. So just go to your app, just your application.js. So we have written welcome to React.js world, right? Just try to search this word, whether it is there in that JavaScript file or not. So this is good instead of checking everything, because so this is what we have created application. Suppose this is only one app. Right now we have one component we have in our project. Suppose you can create 100 components, and with the help of some keyword or something you can check, definitely everything will be there in one JavaScript file. So here I'm going to search that welcome to JavaScript in this. So if you see, it is there. So how cleaner we have written, how cleaner we have written. We just written in a beautiful way, like welcome to React.js world, and we have added paragraphs and all these things. But if you see, once it is bundled, our code will go to the production in this way. So lots of things will come into the picture. But right now, don't try to break your head to understand all these things what it is. So you should understand one thing is, suppose even if you create multiple Java components, that will bundled into one JavaScript file. So we need a proof, right? So just create a simple component quickly, and we can build again. So it doesn't take much time to create a component. So here I'm creating a component. It's a functional component. It's very simple. So I'm writing some header.js simple, and just do function header, and just return just give a h1 tag. Okay, so I'm writing, so welcome to web. Okay, welcome to web. So you should export it, right? So yeah, from tomorrow we are going to focus on like completely React things. Export, because almost we have done all the background work. Header. So how to import it? So in a app.js file, okay, we should import the file into app.js. So import header, header. So my component is ready. So even I'm just removing all this unnecessary stuff. Okay. So I'm just adding my header. Okay, this is from header, and in the below I'm just putting another h1 tag. This it will display welcome to React.js. The header, because this header.js is in a separate file, because this logic welcome to Webpack is in a separate JavaScript file, and in app.js, because end of the day whatever the component you are creating, that should be coming to the app tree, the component tree. Okay, otherwise it's useless. So now if you see, so if we are not using this logo, just you can remove it here, save it, and run the build one more time. Run the build one more time. So I'm just clearing everything. So npm run. So because after creating one more component, we are just doing a build. Now whether it will add both the h1 information into one JavaScript file or not. That once it is done, that's you can understand that okay, this is happening. Okay. So again, build folder and static and JavaScript file is there main dot. So here you should check welcome to JavaScript world. It's not showing. It is welcome to React.js. Okay, welcome to React.js is there in this file only. Another one is header.js. This is which has tried welcome to Webpack. Let's see whether it is available or not. So if you see, both are there. Welcome to Webpack is there, and welcome to React.js is also there. Okay, so both components are the information. Yeah, if you see here, welcome to Webpack and welcome to JavaScript. So now I hope you guys understood clearly that it is bundling together, because even if you create 100 components, you are going to recreate Amazon project, we are going to build minimum 50 to 60 components. So all those components are going to bundle, that logic is going to be bundled into one JavaScript file. That is okay. Here maybe in interview they will ask that what is the JavaScript file name after doing a build. So just remember, okay, if it is, if you are using create React application, it will start with a main dot and some number.js. Okay, you can inform to the interviewer in that way. So now just give me confirmation one more time, everyone who are watching the video in a YouTube, just ping me that whether you understood or not what is bundling. Okay, then we are going to recreate application with Webpack now. That's the second phase.
So,
Varun,
Raghu,
yeah, Varun,
yeah, in networks, you have shown that bundle file, right?
network.
So,
Okay.
uh, so if you are going to search anything like welcome to React.js world, like that, anything, so how will know that it is in particular file or particular folder?
Uh-huh. Okay, okay. Let me do one thing. So yeah, this is one, right? So let's start npm start. Okay. So normally it will bundle into one JavaScript file. So you can check that JavaScript file itself. So this is not production version. Okay, this is not production version. This is a development version. Okay, in the sources, if you see, you will find that one. In the network, it will show what are the calls you're giving to the server. Okay, and the sources like exact the files will be
But
available.
it is difficult to find in sources, right, Raghu? Every single thing we have to check in
Yeah,
sources.
actually, we don't need to worry about that actually, because
When we
we
are
have,
when we are debugging anything, we will search that component, right? So that's the reason I'm asking.
yeah. But if you see, if you want to debug, we have other techniques to debug. So you don't need to debug this bundle.js file. So why we are bundling? Just tell me why we are bundling.
Combine all JavaScript files into one file.
Why we are combining?
It is not possible to take all the files to the production.
No, it is possible. You can deploy all the JavaScript files separately. But the thing is, whenever you send a request to the server, if you have 100 files, it will take more time to read those files from the server to the client, right?
Yes.
If you have one file, okay, it will come easily. So you how to debug, that is a second problem. We have other techniques to debug, but because of to improve our chances of debugging, we can't split things into the multiple files, right? So we should go with this because application performance is very important. And debugging, yeah, we have a lot of techniques to debug. I will explain those things. Got it now? Now?
Yes, Raghu.
Yeah. So if you see, so if you want to see that one in a bundle.js, so if you see this in a development version, it is clearly creating a bundle.js and just try to search whether welcome to is the okay, if you see welcome to React.js is there and welcome to Webpack is also there now. So both the information is there. But of course, it is just adding lots of content. Don't worry, I'm saying don't need to think too much about these things. But the proof is that both both the information, both the information, the header.js content and app.js content should be there in one bundle. That is the proof that it is bundle.js. But whenever it comes to the production build, so it is not giving a name called bundle.js. It is just giving main dot some number.js. Okay, okay, we can see like even in coming days we are going to learn how to take this code and how to deploy on a server and everything we are going to learn. At the time we can focus on in detail. Okay, now are you ready to shall we recreate this one? Because we can't recreate exactly because they have used a lot of techniques here. So at least we can build up to some extent. So same thing. Okay, now are you ready?
Yes, Raghu. But I have one more doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
If there are hundreds of components, how will know that this is related to that particular component, this error
That
or anything?
that Webpack will take care. Why you need to worry? Because suppose it has 100 components or 1,000 components, and here if you see how it is related means you are just providing one tree, right? Tree, right?
Yeah.
You are adding header into app, and you are going to add logo or the card section into the header. Everything has some relation, right? Based on that, it will remember. It will fetch the information. Okay. Okay, Varun?
Yeah, Raghu.
Yeah, definitely, because when we are going with this configuration, these kind of things, you will get 100 questions definitely. Okay, every question is valid, but right now don't try to think too much about this because normally we don't need to worry about that. We're back.
No, Raghu. I'm asking like a developer. I mean,
Yeah.
in our office also we used to search like that and we used to solve the debugging. I mean, we
Uh,
used to solve the errors, right? So in that level, I'm asking.
yes, yes, good, good, good. Yeah, we are going to learn how to debug the application and how to use the dev tools, how to use the profiler. A lot of things are there. Okay. Of course, but whatever the question you have, you just explain to me. Based on that, I will plan. Okay, fine. It's like has 611, so we need to recreate. So before jumping into the very important topic, okay, it's better to take a break for 2 minutes. Okay, just 2 minutes. Okay, I know you are eagerly waiting, but it's better to take a break for 2 minutes. Please come back within a 2 minutes. Okay, fine. I hope you are there, right? Just give me confirmation one more time so that we can start recreating create React app application. Yes, yes, I know. Varun, Vasanta, are you there?
Yes, Raghu.
For that, I'm just taking reference of one very good documentation. This is done on January 8th, 2023. Just 6 minutes read. But for us, it's maybe it will take 20 minutes or something to create and understand this one. This is really nice documentation. Yeah. Why I'm following the documentation is it's very difficult for me also remember all the commands. That's why I'm taking. But because if you do practice one or two times, hopefully you will remember all the commands and what are the packages we are installing all those things. So I will follow this one. I just given a URL. Even I will provide this URL in a YouTube video in the description itself, so you can follow. So now, yeah, we should create our own app. So I'm just closing this one. So yesterday we have created one project with React, one project with React Next app, something. So now we are going to create our own project. So we can say that my React app, something, okay, whatever it is, or my React. Just create some that's your choice. Okay, you don't need to think too much about it. My React app. So first of all, just open in a VS Code. So it's completely empty, right? It's completely empty. So now let's start initializing the project. So what is the command? The command npm. So npm init. So just we're
In
asking that just initialize the project. So it will ask few questions. So for the package name, yeah, this is fine for my React application version anyway 1.0.0. Description you can write. I'm creating own React app, okay, with Webpack. Okay. Index.js is the root file. Okay, that's fine for the test command right now. No need. Git repository. If yeah, if you have a Git repository, just give that URL. Uh, yeah, keywords author. So this is Raku is doing. So I'm just giving license. This is fine. So is it okay? Yes, it is okay. So we got package.js file. Okay, we got So if you want to work with any application, single page application, we need an index.html file, right? So in the previous, okay, let me open the project which we have created with the Create React app so that we can compare few things. So this is our application. So here observe carefully. We have few folders, right? Just a public folder. Inside we have a index.html. So just go and create a public folder and create index.html. Because that anyway important because we need a HTML file. Without that we can't do anything, right? If we have a package.json, okay, just create public folder because if we need to replicate same kind of thing, so public folder. Inside that, what we need index.html and just go and create start a template and just give my React app. That's fantastic. My React. So, and I told you, right, we should have a div tag, okay, where we are going to attach the whole React application to this HTML original DOM. So here ID, just give a root. So I'm not exactly following the documentation, 90% same from documentation, and I'm just trying to improvise according to what we have learned so far. But even while doing, you can just follow the documentation first and watch our video and do it. No problem. So we have created a public folder, index.html file is there, and we have a package.json is there, and we need to have a separate folder called source. Inside that we are going to write some we are going to build components. Okay, before that, let's take help from a documentation what he has done. So he's also saying that, yeah, we have a public folder, index.html, and we have a source folder. We can do app.jsx. Okay, let me create that source folder itself, because anyway that is required for us. Okay, right now we have created already one public folder, and another folder is source. So here in this source we are going to place all the components and all the stuff. So in public folder, so mainly we will add index.html and other files also if you want to make it public, but right now we want to make it very simple application. That's why I'm not going to add any extra things in public folder. So source folder, yeah, we can go and create our components, but before that we should do some other configurations as well. Okay, in between if you have any doubt, like just ask me, no problem. And he's clearly saying that we have a webpack.config.js and babel. Okay, can anyone say, tell me, what is the need of babel? Already we understand, right? What is babel and what is the need of babel, if you remember?
To convert all the JXS code into plain JavaScript.
Very good. So
Browser related company.
very good. Fantastic. So we need a Babel, because even we need to, if you want to write the code in terms of JSX, and if you want to convert into the normal ES5 version, so we need a Babel. So those configurations also we need to do, and package.json already there. So nothing complex. So here you will see three more files. Okay, web.config.js, it's saying that, so configurations towards a webpack, and here Babel LRC, the configurations towards the Babel. So that means we need to install definitely minimum two packages, that is a webpack and Babel from npm.js. Right now we are going to do everything with npm.js, right? We are not taking help of a CDN. Okay, so let's see what he has done. So here first he has just created, okay, project, and npm init has done, and he has created a public folder, and he has just added index.html, simple. And even he didn't add any div id is equal to root, but we are going to follow that. Hopefully you can understand, don't worry. I will explain it clear way. So now if you see, so normally if we have only one index.html, so what we will do, we'll just right click and open with the live server. Okay, open with the live server. Doing open with the live server. So right, okay, nothing is there in index.html. Why it is not showing? Okay, I didn't add anything. Okay, fine. So H1 like welcome to React.js. Okay, and later we can, of course, even whenever that render happens, it will replace everything. So for at least we should see something on a web page. So welcome to React.js. This is one thing. Like what you are doing here, you are just doing right click, and you are asking that open with a live server. So okay, instead of just doing manually, we can do with the command the same thing. So just close this one. So what we need to do, just we have a command, just npx serve and public. Okay, what it is npx. Okay, it is not npm. Npx is different, npm is different, because npx means it is executable thing. So what we are saying that, okay, serve public means whatever the things are there in the public folder, please serve to the clients. That's it, simple. So we don't. So just npx or public. So whatever you have done, like right click and just open with the server or something. So it will do the same thing. It will take that public folder and it will try to fetch the information which are linked to that. So again, it is giving the local host 3000 because it has taken some port number by default. Just click on that. So this is also saying welcome to React.js. Okay. So now, because just serving that HTML file at port number 3000, but if you, in future, if you want to change this port number, we can change it. Okay, with Webpack configuration, we can change the port numbers as well. Okay, but normally 3000 is just commonly uh, no one is using 3000 for production purpose. That's why for development everyone is just following the same standard. So no one everyone you can use the 3000 for just at least for development versions whenever you are working with these kind of applications. So now, okay, and it's done. We are serving that in a the browser. So here he has just provided some information. npx or public fails for you with must use import to load es module. Okay, we can do that if you face any error. Okay, make sure you are using at latest node. Okay, anyway we are using the latest node js version. That's why definitely we are not going to face that issue. If you are facing any issue while serving this html page, just upgrade your node.js version. That's it, simple. So now we need a webpack because we need to bundle, right? First of course, even we didn't create any uh, javascript files here. Okay, very soon we are going to create. Otherwise we can create first javascript file because source. Let's just create a simple javascript file, simple javascript file, that. So the source, and I'm just creating index.js. Why I'm just creating index.js means this already, if you see in the package.json, we just clearly mentioned that our starting point for this application, the main file is index.js. So it's better to give a same name. Okay, if you give app.js, please go and change this information in the package.js. So fine, we have a html file. So right now, okay, what once we just execute this html file, I'm just writing some code to bind, to add one another h1 element into this file. So right now we are going with the plain javascripts because so far we didn't install any packages related to react.js. So what you will do, first of all, you need so a reference, right? Suppose a root. So first do document dot get element by id. Okay, what is the id? Root, right? We have given index.html so that you will just correlate with that. Okay, we know a way to place our application. Now before that, just create header h1 is equal to, can anyone tell me how to create a html element with javascript? If you remember, html element with javascript, do you remember?
Create element.
So if you forgot, even God also can't help you because whatever you have learned, you should revise, you should maintain the notes, you should revise those things until you remember. If you forgot, again, it will take minimum 30 minutes or extra time to learn before going for interviews or before doing the project. So whatever we have learned, we should revise every day. So like document.get create element is there, and how to add some content for that. So I'm just adding h1 dot inner html. I'm just adding something like, okay, I'm writing some welcome to Webpack, something. So we have a root, and now what we need to do, we should append a child, right? We are just doing with the JavaScript stuff. Root dot, okay, append child. What we are going to append, this h1 tag. This h1 tag. Just save it. So observe carefully here. I'm not attaching any reference. Suppose if you want to load that one, what we need to do, we should do a script. Okay, script and source dot where is our file, like just two double dots to go for next level of folder structure source, and you should give a index.html. You should give a reference, right? So if you give a reference and if you open that again, just do npm run serve. Already it's serving. Hopefully it will, whenever you refresh, it will take the latest one. Where is our application? This one, right? It is not working. Let me stop it. I want to shut down forcefully. Yes. Okay. Again, run npm serve public, because maybe it is not allowing for hot reloading, because whenever we do changes, it should reload automatically. That is called hot reloading. So we can achieve that with the help of Webpack. Okay, because right now, if you do any changes, it is not reflecting, right? So again, we should, of course, still it's not reflecting. Then it's my fault. Script source index.js is fine. Index.js, this is root file, this is h1 file, potential. Okay, can anyone find what is the mistake? If I do any mistake, just let me know. The server responded with the status of 4 not 4. Okay, okay, maybe we are running with server, maybe it is showing some error. Okay, don't worry. Let me open this with a simple directly. Yeah, it's working. It's working. Due to some, because when we are running with a server, okay, it is not finding that file properly. Okay, we are going to fix that one anyway. So here, okay, few things even I don't know. I'm I'm learning those things as well. So right now, but just observe carefully the original application which we have created. Just go to index.html. Okay, here you can't find any reference. You see, we are not referring any JavaScript file inside this index.html. Observe or not? Varun? So I will just scroll down one more time for you guys. Are you able to see any reference to JavaScript file or bundle.js file or app.js file or index.js file? Nothing is there. You observed or not? Just tell me yes or no.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, this is very, very important. Okay, then only we can understand what is the importance of bundler or Webpack or all other stuff. So we don't give any reference actually. So that's why I'm not taking it serious. Why it is not working? Because anyway, we are going to configure with the Webpack. So we are not going to give any reference. We're not going to any reference hard-coded things. Okay, it will happen with the help of Webpack. Okay, within next 10 minutes we are going to see that. So we have index.js file and we have index.html file. Everything is ready for us, and we have package.json. Now we need, because for bundling and minified, because if if our JavaScript file is very big, it's better to minify that file. Okay, what is advantage is like it will take less memory, because normally we do compress, right? We will do zip the files and we will send it to some other person because we are just compressing. The same way JavaScript files also, large JavaScript files we can just compress, like the process is called minifying. Okay, we can do those things with also with the Webpack. Okay, so fine, let's see, we have index.html file here. Here what he is doing, he didn't provide any div tag on the root, because directly he's just attaching the element to the body. Okay, but we are already learned that few basics, so that I'm just attaching our new h1 element into a div tag. So apart from that, nothing is different. Okay, so now we need to go and install our Webpack. So I'm just moving here and there. So don't worry. Just so here we need to install Webpack and Webpack CLI. And save dev means this is useful only for development version. So I will show you. So right now in our package.json, we don't have any dependencies and dev dependencies. So now we are going to install packages which are there in a npm.js, which are there in npm.js. So carefully. So we are installing two packages. One is Webpack, another one is CLI. Like CLI means command line interface. Okay. So how you are interacting? Like we are able to interact with the command prompt. Right. We are doing installations, all those things. For Webpack also it is providing some command line things so that it's going to be very easy to interact with the Webpack. So just install it. So observe carefully in the package.json, few things will happen here. Is down the speed of execution. Yeah. Okay, observe and tell me what are the things happen, what are the changes happen to our folder structure, and what are the things are going to happen to this package.json. Can anyone tell me? Did you observe anything?
Dev dependencies are
Node,
added.
Good. Yeah, we got a node modules, right? What are the node modules we have installed? Webpack and webpack.cli. Okay, here we should observe three things. One is in dev dependence, because these are dev dependence. We are not going to use Webpack in a production. Okay, that's why these are only useful, okay, before giving it to the production. So we should combine all the JavaScript files into one bundle and we will give it to the production. Okay, then what is the use of Webpack to use in the production? We don't have any use. So that's why it is in dev dependencies. And whenever we install React and React DOM, those are very important for our production, so that those will come under dependencies. Fine. And this is the one change we should observe. Another one is, okay, node modules folder. So whatever the packages we have mentioned and whatever the package this Webpack package is using internally, so all the things will come into node modules. And another one is the package log.js. So this log.json file will track what are the packages you're installing and installing. And okay, there is really very important things we need to discuss about package.log.json. So I will cover in a separate session, complete one separate session for log file. So right now, okay, this is enough. So we have installed Webpack, we have installed Webpack CLI. Then what is the use of these things? Let's see what is the use of these things. We have installed, and of course already we have created a source folder, we have created index.js file, everything is fine. So, and even I have added some logic into index.js. So we are going to create h1 tag dynamically, and we are going to append to the that div which having ID as root. So now we need to do some configuration for Webpack. So for that we need a file, because if you see for our application we have a package.json. So whatever the things you are configuring here, okay, and for Webpack also we should have a separate file to configure. So that this file name is called webpack.config.js. Just give a same name. Okay, don't try to give your own names. So just webpack.config.js. Also observe carefully, if it is a JavaScript file, the icon is different. Index.html, the icon is different. Webpack.config.js icon is different. So if you're not able to see these icons, maybe we need to install some plugins in a VS Code. Okay, so fine. So what we need to configure here? This is very important. What we need to configure here. So here is just saying that just add this one. So I will explain what we are doing here. So this path is a node module. So do you remember, if you just go to the Node.js documentation, Node.js documentation, Oh my god, I just tried to install. Okay, go to the documentation. Just go to the latest stable version. So if you see, so Node.js, once you install the Node.js, it will provide lots of core modules, okay, already installed, or core modules or packages, whatever you can call, that are already there. Okay, while we are learning Node.js, at the time I've just given a simple example about operating system, right? If you want to see the total memory of the operating system, or a post name, or what is a platform, okay, these things we can learn from here. So in the same way, it is providing another module that is called path module. With the help of this path module, you can suppose you can find out, okay, in which directory you are there. So a lot of things are there. So here, observe carefully, this path dot resolve underscore underscore directory name. So let me, for to understand that, I'm just what I'm doing. I'm just creating a separate JavaScript file here. I will remove that one later. Don't worry. App.js. So what is there inside? This is a path module. So we should see what is the value of this underscore underscore directory name. That's why I'm just playing here. Okay, path. Because how you are installing, how you want to use this core modules, just constant path required that the module name. Operating system means constant operating system is equal to require of operating system. If you forgot these things, just please go and watch those videos where we have covered how to use the core modules, how to install the modules from npm.js, all those things. Okay, hope you guys will remember if you have done a practice. So what is there in the next? So we should see what is this thing like uh, directory name. Okay, directory name. So just go and see what it will app.js path.resolve. Okay, I'll just do console.log. Okay, of course, first of all, we should see what is this. So, oh, of course, we didn't use the Node.js itself. Do just node app, just run. It's not showing anything. I think you should use this one because even I didn't practice this one because these are very fundamentals. You should learn at any cost in at least while we are learning Node.js. So I'm planning for that one also. Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, Node app. Okay, so if you see, it is okay. Okay, it is moving like if you see. Node app is there. Observe carefully. Right now we are in Node app. So here it is just moving to a build folder, forward slash build. So it is creating a build folder inside my React app. My React app. So you see? So it will go it, because with this configuration we are mentioning that just go to my directory. My directory means this my React app, and I'm just giving a name for a new folder that is build. Okay, so once we run this configuration, so definitely it will go and create a build folder. Okay, I will show you because I didn't practice this one, that's why I'm unable to answer properly. So we can do it later, but these are very important. So if you see what it will do, it will create a folder inside our the main directory. This is the main directory, right? My React app is the main directory, and inside that it will create a folder called build. So how this is happening? So if you just see here, it has created a build folder, right? That we are configuring here. So we are giving information to the Webpack. Webpack, this is the entry point. This is the entry point for our application, and the file name should be a main.js. So the bundled file name should be a main.js. Here, observe carefully. In this, what is the file name? What is the file name? Bundled file name main dot some number.js. Okay, but here we are making it simple. So just create a file, that bundled file with the main.js, and where we need to place this main.js, just take the root directory and create a build folder. This is the information we are giving to the web.config. Now just go here, and now, okay, we need to do one more simple step in a package.json. Okay, so far we are doing like npm npx serve public, right? Instead of that, we should take help from Webpack. So from now onwards, so we should inform to the Webpack that just please run my application. So for that, we need to do add a simple thing here. Whenever I want to build my application, whenever I want to build my application. So just add with the help of Webpack. So what it will do, whenever you do npm run, this is the command npm run build. At the time, what will happen? It will take help from Webpack and it will build the application. It will build. So now observe carefully. Observe carefully. So just to do clear here. It's clear. So now I'm doing what I'm doing npm run build. So if you remember, I think 20 minutes back, whenever we want to run this application, whenever we need to create a production build, what we have done, we also did npm run build, right? So what happened? Just go to this package.json file. So there is a build. So because here, this they have done in a different way. React scripts build. They are using React scripts to build this one. But here we are using a Webpack. Of course, internally this application is also using a Webpack itself. So that's the same how it is executed that, and it is created a build. So here also same. So here we need to observe that the the files we need to take, the entry point is index.js, we need to create a bundle with a name called main.js, and that should be in the build folder. So now, okay, let me cross check one more time here. I hope everything is ready. So let's just go and run npm run build. So observe carefully. In our project also, right now we don't have any build folder. So Webpack will take care. Webpack will create a build folder, and it will create a main.js file, and the logic what we have done in index.js is going to be available in that particular bundle. So let's see now. So now what I'm doing, okay, npm run build. Let's run it. Observe carefully in the left side in the project structure. So we got a build. Okay, I think it's done. Webpack is very fast. So if you see, we have a main.js file. So observe carefully how this is main.js file. So what we need to do? We need to check, right, whether our code is not there or not. So what is there? Welcome to Webpack. Just go on main.js. Just do Control F. So yeah, welcome to Webpack is there. And you have done like document.get element by ID, root, append child. So the same thing is there here. So but here is just enclosed in a curly braces, and what it is, definitely we are going to talk about that later. So I will tell you one thing, iffy, okay, one topic called iffy. So we didn't get a chance to talk about that concept while we are learning JavaScript, but definitely I'm going to create a separate a video on that. Okay, so we need to worry about too much. So here this is done. So we have our minified version. Okay, but it is bundled. Okay, suppose if you have, right now we have only one index.js file, but in coming days we are going to create 100 components here, 100 components here. So at the time it will bundle all things into one JavaScript file, that is main.js. Okay, now tell me, you guys understood or not so far? Varun?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yeah, but of course, unless until if you don't do on in your mission, it's very difficult to get a clarity. But at least, hopefully, you're able to understand what I'm doing in my mission. Vasanta and Bhargavi, what about you? Super. for watching this video. Hopefully you are able to understand. So now we can go to next steps. Okay, so build is done. Okay, so you can see like add a build folder. Okay, this is very important because we have a git ignore, right? We didn't create a git ignore. Okay, because we already understand the importance of git ignore, because we should not attach our node modules to the GitHub. At the same time, we should not attach this build folder also into GitHub. The Git, this is very, very important. So don't forget. So I'm going to add node modules and build folder also. That's it. So git ignore. This step is also done. This step is also done. So now one important thing is there. One important thing is because whenever if you run this npm serve public, okay, it is not taking our files, right? It is not taking index.js. It is not attaching our index.js into this index.html. So to do that, we need to take help from another package. Okay, another package that is called HTML Webpack plugin. So if you use this HTML Webpack plugin, what it will do, okay, it will allow us to configure, so to provide a reference of our JavaScript files into HTML file. So for that only. So just let me install, because this is also development dependency. We're not going to use that in a production. So just go and install it. Okay, already it's there. Just install HTML Webpack plugin, save dev, so that it will install that plugin as a dev dependency. After that, we need to add few more configurations things into web.config.js. Let's just open here, go to the package.json. So we have installed Webpack and Webpack CLI already. So now we have installed HTML Webpack plugin. plugin. So now, so previously we have added this much configuration in the webpack.config.js. Now we need to add the relative information about configuration details about this HTML webpack something. So just go to our webpack.config.js. So just import that one. Just import, because this is also package. This is a third party package from npm.js. This path is a core module which is provided by the Node.js. Okay. I hope already I've explained what is the difference between the module and package and all those things. So this, okay, our HTML Webpack plugin is there, but how to provide the configuration to that plugin? So really, I'm not expert in all these things, so that's why I'm just copying. Okay, initially just copy and just try to understand up to some extent. Later we can dig, we can read the documentation of a Webpack. Just go to Webpack documentation and go to the documentation. Here you will see everything. So what we are writing and why we are writing, everything will be there. And even if you want to do more customizations, more configurations, okay, you can learn and you can do it. And at the same time, Node.js also, okay, we should aware of minimum 5 to 10 core modules properly, but even I didn't get a chance to focus in recent time. Definitely I will help you in coming days. So fine, so what is that? We have done a plugins. So just here plugin, because the syntax is different sometimes, because here module.export, we know module.export, if you have a function or a variable, you can export in this object in the same way. But here plugins is just using array. Just observe carefully, this is array, and here is instantiating the plugin information, just creating a template. Okay, at the same time, so what he's doing, path dot join. So here public folder is there, index.html is there. Okay, and his directory name, so he's going to, we are giving that we need to join the template, suppose public folder index.html. So with the help of that, he will add a reference of this bundle. Okay, I think main.js is there, right? We don't have a reference of that main bundle into index.js, but once with the help of this plugin, it will do that job. Okay, so now let's see what is there in the documentation one more time. So it will see here. This will copy the file under public index.html and copy it to the build folder. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. I forgot one thing. Okay, so far if you see, we don't have a index.html in a build folder because this is the production build, right? We are going to give the files which are there in build folder to the production. So okay, we need to add our index.html to this one. So here with the help of this, it will do a two job. One thing is it will copy index.html file into build folder. At the same time, it will provide a reference to this main.js into index.html. So that is a fantastic thing. So now what we need to do, just do one more time, copy it to the build folder and inject a link to the bundle JavaScript. If you see this configuration will do two things. One is it will copy index.html into the build folder and it will inject a link to the bundled JavaScript file. That is very, very important. So now first what we need to do, first we need to do npm run build because we should run the build. We need a production version of our application, small application. Then we can serve it to the clients. Done, done. So now I'm running our application npx serve build, npx serve build. So previously we have done npx serve public because at the time we have index.html not minified or we don't have a bundle. That's why we are just saying that directly you can pick the file from a public folder. Right now we have a production version, and we have a JavaScript file. So now we are saying that just take things from the build folder. So it will go and pick that HTML file from the build folder, and already it has a reference to that JavaScript file. Okay, I will show you that one. So let's see first of all whether it is working or not. So it is working. Welcome to Webpack. That means if it is working means already that reference is done. So observe carefully. Just go to build folder. Right now we have two files. One is index.html. Another one is main.js. So it has. I told you that okay. This configuration will do two job. One is it will copy index.html into build folder. That is done. Another one is it will provide a reference of this main.js file into index.html. So just do a scroll to the right side. Hopefully you will see. So if you see, this is done. Script differ differ. Okay, there is really great meaning for this one. We can learn that one later. So source main.js. So here this HTML file is taking reference of this main.js like this. And now whenever you load this index.html, automatically the code you have written in main.js is going to be executed. Right now we have only one index.js file. We have a 4 or 5 lines of code. But in coming days, we are going to create hundreds of React components, and all these components are going to bundle into main.js, and that main.js is going to refer into index.html. That's it, right? We need. Okay, so for HTML and JavaScript concern, so if you have a CSS and if you have a images, okay, those things are also getting into bundle and it will be available in the build folder. And now just take this build folder and just deploy it to the production. That's it. So we have done almost 80% thing. Now only thing is, okay, our goal is to create a React application without installing React and React DOM. Okay, how we can create a components, right? So let's do that one as well. Okay, now tell me, understood or not? Everyone understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you need a break?
No, no.
Okay, Vasanta and Bhargavi.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we can take a 2 minutes of break. It's 6:58. Is that enough? 2 minutes, or you need 3 or 5 minutes? What's your choice? Okay,
That is enough.
sorry, 2 minutes enough.
Yeah.
Just come back in 2 minutes. I will just start the timer. Okay, fine. Hope you are there. Just give me confirmation. Arun, Asanta, Bhargavi. Yeah, fine. So now we are, of course, we just completed 75%. So next 25% is there. We can finish today itself by, and like within 20 minutes we can finish. So if you see, so far, so we are doing npm run build and we are doing npm run serve build. Okay. So what will happen? So whenever you do any changes, whenever we do any changes to any file, again we need to do npm run build and npm serve build. So instead of that, if you want to hard reloading, because whenever we do changes, automatically the server should recognize those changes and it will update, the main.js file and it will serve properly. So for that we need a server. So to do that we need a server. So that is, we can install webpack server and it will help us to do that. Okay, hey, don't worry, here you have given hyphen save dev before the package name or after the package name. Doesn't matter if you have, whenever you're installing one package. So now let me install that one as well. Control C. So this is less. So we are installing Webpack Dev Server. So for development, it is going to provide hot reloading and some other useful things for us. So after that, we need to do some configurations once it is installed. Meanwhile, we can see what are the changes we need to do in a Webpack config. So here, simple Webpack config, we should add this number, dev server information. Dev server information, go to the webpack config.js. So plugins already we have added. Now we are just adding the information about the dev server. So this is a server. So again, we need to say that, okay, please take information from the build folder. You are just providing the directory, and we are giving a 3000, right? So let's give a different number. Just suggest me what is the number you want. This port number, it should be a four numbers, four digits. Just suggest me quickly. 3001 or 3030 or 3032 or 4000 or something like that. Quick, just suggest me a port number because every time 3000 is boring. Just suggest me a new number. Over watching the video in the YouTube, just mention.
6,000.
Tell me, Varun, what you're saying?
6,000.
You want 6000? Wasn't the saying that 8024? Okay, what about Bhargavi? In between 6000 and 8000? Okay, let's see which one we can go. So let's try both the things first. Uh, go with the 6000. Okay, let's see what will happen. So we have done a configuration in a Webpack, and we should add one more thing because in npm also in a create after creating application with create react app. Okay, if you want to run the application, we are doing npm start, right? And if you want to have a build, we are using npm run build. Here also same thing, we should configure in that way. So just add this starter thing in a package.json. Package.json, we have we are going to add another one. So now npm run start, then automatically it is going to take help of a webpack serve. Okay, previously we are doing npx serve that build folder, but we already given information that okay, you should take the files from the build folder in that webpack.config.js so that it will automatically take those things, and it will say that mode is development, because whenever you do npm run start, definitely it will be in a development mode. And suppose if you want to build production version, right? So he is giving some instructions here. So small update to the previous one, because already we have something for a development version. So that, so if you just give a mode a production, so that it will do some more extra effort. So what it will do, we can check it later. So now ready. So now we, what you need to do, you need to write npm ser or something. Just go and do the simple thing, npm run start. So cls, just do npm run start. It will, hopefully it should work at port number 6000. Yeah, right now we have a port number 6000. Just click on that. It's not working. Might be temporarily down, or it may be moved permanently. New address. Why, man? I don't know whether it's the problem with the port number. Let me go back to the fundamentals. I don't know the reason. I don't know the reason, because this is another great stuff we need to learn. Okay, maybe it's not the problem with or if I did any mistakes. Wasn't Webpack dev server is done, npm run start is there. npm run start. Okay, let's stop it and do it one more time. So npm run start. Don't worry, definitely we will face a lot of problems while we are learning. That's a developer job. It's working now. What's the problem for 6000 port number? So let me do 6000 again and stop it here and do one more time. So 6000. Oh, I think 6000 is already reserved for something else. So let me do. So wasn't the, you said 8024, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's try our luck. 8024. But yeah, definitely we should find out the reason why 6000 is not allowing or something like that. That's why they are giving 3000 reserved for development, and 8000 is like for production versions actually. But it's working. Sorry, Varun. Bad luck. 6000 is not working. Just try when you're doing on your mission and try to find out the reason. Okay, now it's working. Hello, welcome to React.js and welcome to Webpack is working. And if you see, hopefully, if we do any changes in the file, suppose Webpack 2, okay, without stopping the server, it should work. Without stopping the server, it should work. But it's working. So this is called hot reloading. Now, understood? So it is doing bundling. So that is one job. And second thing is hot reloading, because with the help of this the Webpack server, it is allow us to just go with the hot reloading. Another one is minifying the things. Okay, I think for doing minifying, we should take care of few more things. Let's see, is there any thing is there? So no, it's not a minified version. So for I think for doing a to minify this JavaScript file, we should add some more configuration. I will go through that and I will explain to you in the next session, no problem. So now the okay, everything is good. Now I want to create our React components, man, because that is our goal. Okay, so if you want to create a React components, all obviously we need a JSX, right? So if you want to use a JSX, you need a Babel. Okay, hopefully I know you are tired already more than me, but just bear with me for 20 minutes. We can finish it. So if you want to use a Babel, if you want to use a JSX, we need a Babel. So just go and install again the Babel things. See, so I'm just installing the Babel. Okay, when we are taking things from the CDN, it's very simple. If you just give a reference of the CDN, it was working. But here you need to install Babel core and Babel preset environment, Babel loader, and you need to do some configuration. Okay, some lot of stuff is there, but we should learn how to configure things, because definitely whenever we are building the large applications, we should do some changes according to our requirement and our expectations. For that we should learn. Okay, hopefully it will finish in, yeah, hopefully done. So Babel is also ready for us, and maybe it will ask to do small changes. So if you see, so what Babel do? So it will convert your all JavaScript. It will read all the JavaScript files, and whether you will use JSX or whether you will write latest ECMAScript code, so it will convert into the browser understandable version of ECMA. So for that, yeah, we need to do some configuration. Just go to Webpack configuration again, and just add this one. Webpack configuration. Where is Webpack? So how many things we have done? One thing is for providing the path for the build folder. Another one is for HTML file. We need to move from the public to a build folder, and we need to provide the reference. Another one is to use the dev server. So the final one, like hopefully for today, the final one is, so we need to add some configuration for Babel things also. So here it will follow these extensions, JavaScript files. Okay, I will tell you all these things, the minute things here. So here exclude node modules. Okay, the Babel, you don't need to worry about the node modules, because that is heavy, that is not required, that is not your job. So just check the files which we are creating for React components and JavaScript files. Just just convert those things into a ECMAScript file, or ECMAS ES file. Okay, so like Babel loader, and we are excluding this one, so we need to do some more settings. Let's see. So, and we need to add another configuration file, looks like that, but here it's not saying that babel dot config dot something. So here it came with a different thing, like you just put dot babel rc. So it should be in a root folder. You observe carefully, it should be in a root folder. Don't put that babel rc inside a source folder or a public folder. This babel rc and web.config and package.json, log.json and git ignore should be outside. Okay, it should be in a root folder. This is our root folder. So now babel rc. So just we need to add one more setting. Babel rc, just presets. Like what is this presets and all those things we should learn. Definitely, I will explain all these things in coming days. Okay, the Babel preset environment. So this is already so whatever the configuration required to use the Babel, that is done. Okay, of course we just copy pasted, but makes sense now. Maybe in future we should understand each and everything. So now he's saying that optionally update index.js to contain some ES6 features that wouldn't work without Babel. Okay. So if you see this array dot fill dot array dot map, okay, all these things are ES6 features. So suppose if you don't use the Babel, this logic is going to be failed. This logic is going to be failed. If you have a Babel, it will work. So for that, he's just saying that just add this code and just try whether it is working or not. So let's do that one, because these are the latest things. And so let me, so for just a testing purpose, don't worry. So here say hello many times and is done. Okay, we need to add this one, right? This one as a children. So with plain JS, it's very difficult for me. The word is saying, okay, let me copy the same thing. Right now, I'm not interested to break my head for small things. So just comment this one. Don't worry. So it will attach this thing. Okay, create element div and is just attaching directly the document. Just for testing whether it is supporting for latest JavaScript code or not. So then we need to do just npm run start. Hopefully it will work. So for whenever you are doing, please do these things before installing the Babel and test after installing the Babel. Okay, so that you will understand clearly the importance of Babel. Okay, so at port number 2024, it's working because this latest things are working, because who is helping us? The Babel is helping us, because this array dot fill and map methods are not available before ES6 features. Okay, that's why it is converting these things into lower version of the browser understandable ES versions, and it will work. So right now, don't worry about that. That's enough. And now our focus is we need a React.js. Now come to React. So we need to install React. We need to install React. So first of all, just install React and React DOM. Okay, okay. I will take one more confirmation. Are you ready? Are you ready to use install our React.js? That is our target. Okay, it's 7:17. Hopefully, we can finish by 7:30. Okay, I know it's very hard, but it's very important. So just do CLS. So what we need to do, npm install React and React DOM. So both the things I'm installing at the same time. I think -hyphen save is not required in 2023, but okay, fine. Okay, go with the documentation. So it will install those things in a dependency, not dev dependency. If it is a dev dependency, we need to give -hyphen save -dev. So yeah, we have installed our React.js. Very soon we can create a components also. So if you see dependency, we have React and React DOM, and dev dependencies, a Babel preset and Babel loader, HTML pack, Webpack, all this stuff. And here, whenever we are dealing with the React.js, we need to install another one, the Babel preset for development version, because few more things. Because if you are using Angular, some other settings required for Babel, and if you are using any other framework, so some extra things are there. For that only, nothing complex. Just install those things which are required for React.js by the Babel. So we are installing that one as well. Okay, done, 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 done. And definitely, if you are installing something, you need to add some other configuration. So directly, I'm copying everything and replacing in Babel RC because already we have added something. So now, so, so presets, we are just adding React to presets also. Previously, we have Babel preset environment. Now we have a preset React and runtime automatic. Whatever. I don't know really. I don't know what's there, but we can do that. Okay, fine. So when our environment is ready, so just specifying the preset React runtime as automatic enables a feature that no longer requires importing React on top of every file. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. Okay, just read the documentation properly. You will understand more. So every time we no need to um, import on top of each and every file. Oh, by default, it will import everything first and it will be ready. So don't worry. So also we need to update webdata configuration. Again, we need to update webdata configuration. What we need to do? So here, yeah, we are going to use JSX files. Okay. JS means JavaScript file. JSX means like pure JSX file. Okay, we can create components with JS or JSX file. So it is saying that okay, please allow JSX also. So what we need to do? Just go and web.configuration. So here JavaScript is there, na? Just add JSX also. That means we are allowing. We are saying that Babel, please take care of these files also. So, and here also extensions. It should allow. Already we have given star, and I will tell you because I didn't check what is the exact meaning of the star. So .jsx. Okay. .jsx. So things are ready. So even if you have any confusion, okay, just copy this module properly because we should not do any mistakes, right? And don't replace everything, just replace the module. Okay, I think I have done properly, but to avoid the errors, I'm just copy pasting one more time. Fine, 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 fine. So now our application is ready to allow us to create React components. Create React components. So if you see how to create React component, just go and create allo.jsx file or allo.js file. That is also fine, and just do whatever we have done in like 2 days back. How we have installed React and React DOM, and we have created a container and create root and render everything, right? So just okay, let me create a component. So right now everything is ready. Everything is ready. Hopefully, yeah, properly. So now I'm going to create the first component. So here I'm just going to create hello.js. Well, it should be capital letter because this is a uh, component. So here you can use JSX also. JSX also by default it will support JSX. The same thing, same thing. You don't need to worry. The function hello. Oh, what is the difference between JSX and JS for creating a component? I will explain in coming days. Don't worry, because anyway from tomorrow we are focusing on the same concepts. So here just written some JSX, 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 JSX. So div. mm, one.
Webpack concept completed.
Okay, yeah. Other times like, oh my God. Finally, we are ready. Something. Okay. So, and you should export it. Right? Export default. Hello. Export default. Hello. Save it, and we should import it. Right? You should import it. Index.js is the main file for us. So now, okay, instead of doing a plain JavaScript, now we are going to deal with a React.js. Okay. So main.js index.js file. So without wasting time, I hope you are aware of all these things. So I will explain. So what you are doing, we are importing a React and we are importing create root. If you see this React DOM forward slash client. Okay, this is following the latest version of React 18. So in React 17 we don't have a slash client. It's normal. We don't need to create root in React 17 version. So this is simple. So just whatever we have done 2 days back, how to create a uh, React element, and we have used this is where we want to place, right? Where we want to place, and it is just providing a path. It is preparing the background before just rendering. So like how one, okay, no problem. We will do some extra. So what we have done. So instead of just splitting into the multiple lines, so just render and our hello component. So that will sync with what we have done. So way to add, we understood. So how to render the component, we understood, and what to add. So let's see what is the document.get element by id root, and we have imported hello, and we should, okay, hello component is there because here we are just rendering hello component, okay, in index.js file. That is fantastic. And now hopefully everything is ready. Don't worry. So but you should make sure that you should have a id root. So that's why already in the beginning itself we are ready, right? Id is equal to root. So just remove unnecessary things, because anyway we are going to do what is there in the hello.js. Oh my god, finally we are done. It's really tough to stay for 2 hours. Okay, really, I'm very happy about you. So now just go and run npm run start again. Npm run start. Hopefully, let's see whether it will work or not. So 8024, just click on it. Oh my god, finally we are done. It's working. It's working. So are you happy? Okay, who are watching this video in the YouTube, I'm saying there are very less tutorials. They have explained these things. So observe carefully. I have learned React.js from Code Evolution. Okay, just go to the Code Evolution one more time. I will tell you. Code Evolution React course. This is the best tutorial in the world. Okay.
Netflix is easily the most popular streaming.
So if you see, this hello world is there, and folder structure, and okay, within 10, 15, 20, and 25 minutes. Okay, within 25 minutes, you are going to enter into the React object. You are going to start learning React actually. But what what I did, and naturally people don't like my approach. I know. So just go to the playlist. How much time we have taken? So it's 21 videos. So 5 minutes, 48 minutes, 1 hour, 11 minutes. So almost we have taken 6 to 7 or 10 hours, right? 10 hours of time, because yesterday 1 hour and a half hour, today another 2 hours. So almost we have taken 10 hours of training to enter into the React, because with my experience, because I learned, because this this tutorial is fantastic. Okay, code evolution or any tutorial,
It was.
but without understanding all these things, in future you will get stuck while doing office work, or while you're becoming from normal developer to a senior developer. So at the time it will be very tough. So this is, I tried because this is a better way to learn. Okay, so don't worry, and now you can go and watch the videos in code evolution. You will learn quickly. Okay, so thanks to Vishwas, because I've learned React from Vishwas only, code evolution only. Thanks to Vishwas always. Okay. So I will try to explain in my own style. That's it. Apart from that, almost I copied most of the things from Vishwas and Akshay saying. So now, okay, before going to leave, Okay, I will give one extra thing. So what I'm doing, okay, don't worry. So we can create two or three components quickly within 3 minutes. I will finish. So don't worry. So app.js, because app.jsx or app.js. So this is the root component for us, and hello.js or all things are the children for that. So that's why the app.js is a root component for me, because I want to finish important things in one video. That's why I'm doing. Don't be angry on me. So this is a simplest stuff. You don't need to worry. So I've done here. What I'm doing, I'm just import hello from the hello, and here I'm just putting hello. That's it. So my intention is in index.js, yeah, we should give a app dot, because app is the root component for us. Always follow the standards. This app here, just give an app, and now you can construct your application. So whether you want to create a header or a footer or something. So here, this is a hello only. So I'm just creating another one, that header.js. You can create footer.js. Okay, even JS. Okay, let's go with the JS. Okay, so that you will get a clarity that is there any problem with this one. So header return. Okay, if it gives any error, you know, because this configuration is different, right? Hopefully it doesn't throw any error. So we are going to create Amazon soon, coming soon. I'm not sure how many of you have the patience to learn in detail. uh, you find header again, app.js. I'm going to import header also. Import header, no, not this one. Header. Okay, whether I have exported it or not. Don't forget to export default headers. Fantastic. So just import that one, the proper spelling. So now in my app, okay, here we are, the header should be on top. Just header thing is there. That's it. Save it. I hope already it's a developments. We have using a Webpack development server. Hopefully it should work. It should just break in something. What's the hell is happening? Okay, what? Okay, export default imported as app was not found in .app. Okay, I think I forgot to export from app. Yeah, natural then. So export default. So now it will work. Yes, fantastic. So Amazon, we are going to build Amazon very soon. Okay, at least we have learned all the fundamentals before going to start understanding the React fundamentals. Okay, these are very important, but definitely 98% of the students are not interested to learn all these things before going to jump into the React. Even based on that, because if students are not interested, automatically trainers are also not going to explain. But here I'm reverse. Even though whether you're interested or not doesn't matter for me, I want to explain everything in clear. So maybe if you realize the importance of this in 2025 or 2028, that is your choice. Okay, so hopefully please do this one. Please this one, definitely you will get a lot of happiness once you are able to rebuild the one create React app with the Webpack. Okay, I know few things are not unclear, because even I'm also don't know few fundamentals here in a what happening in that configuration file. So we need to learn from documentation or other videos, but this is enough. Okay, for minimum 3 to 5 years of experience people, this is enough. So once you want to become a team lead or something, the senior dev, definitely we should go and learn everything. But if you learn everything uh, from the beginning, so definitely you will become a better programmer soon. Okay, that's enough. So it's working. That is happy thing. So I okay, here I'm expecting once you have done, just click on like button. Okay, just click on like button on YouTube because it should reach many people because very less people has explained this one. That's why I'm saying. And just in the comment section, just once you have done, just type that done. I am done. That is enough for my happiness. Okay, thank you. And hopefully Varun, Bhargavi and Vasanta, it's almost 2 hours. Very good. So definitely will succeed. If you have this much of patience and if you have this much of passion to learn, definitely you will succeed very soon. Okay, that's all for today. Varun, do you have any questions now?
No, Raghu.
No, definitely you can't ask now. You will ask tomorrow. Okay. Bye bye, Ting. So I don't want to trouble you. I'm already tired. Bye bye.
Bye, Raghu.